I think we're going to see one big upset here in the first round. It's going to be the Kings taking down the Warriors. I think, forget about just winning the first round. I think we're going to see Sacramento go to the Western Conference Finals. We are seeing a deep run from the Kings this postseason. So get ready, light that beam, charge it up. It's going to be shining bright in Sacramento for a long time this spring. And when you kind of hear how this series is being talked about, right? All week it's been Warriors, Warriors, Warriors. Even before the playoff field was set, it was, everyone's circling the Kings. Everyone's trying to get that 6th seed to match up with what was supposed to be a vulnerable Kings team. Here, though, is why, despite Vegas not agreeing, despite a lot of national discussion and talking heads not agreeing, here's why I think this matchup for the Warriors is actually a good matchup for the Kings themselves. 2 reasons. Number 1, familiarity. Sacramento's head coach is Mike Brown. This is Mike Brown's first year in Sacramento. Where was he the last 6 years before this year? Right next to Steve Kerr on the Golden State bench. So who, may I ask you, knows Golden State better right now than Mike Brown in terms of opposing coaches? I would argue no one. So when you look at who has the best opportunity to know what it takes to slow down Steph Curry, and we're talking about the guy who would have the best possible game plan of knowing what makes Klay Thompson just a little bit off and what irritates him. And speaking of irritating, if he knows the right buttons to push to get under Draymond Green's skin and make him more of a detriment to the Warriors than a catalyst, there's no guy I think that has a better knowledge of that and will be able to do it better than Mike Brown right now with the Kings. He knows the secrets. He knows the weak points. He knows how to attack and slow down this Golden State offense. So I think he'll have a game plan ready. I think he'll have a ton of stuff ready to go to slow down Steph, to slow down Klay, and slow down even Andrew Wiggins, who's making his return as well. But this is the thing when we talk about slow down. I didn't say the word stop. You're not going to stop Golden State's offense. You're not going to shut them down. All we said was slow down. Look at the Kings, right? The Kings are the top scoring offense in the league this year. In terms of points per game, in terms of offensive efficiency. You look at history. They have the best offensive efficiency in NBA history. This is a team that knows how to score at an elite level. They're clutch as well. So you're not talking about an offense that is clunky, that is slow, that is grinded out, kind of like Miami Heat offense. That's not the Kings. They run, they score a ton. So when we're talking about Golden State slowing them down, you don't have to hold the Warriors to 90 points a game in order to beat them. You don't have to hold the Warriors to even 100 points in order to beat them. You just have to do just enough. Keep them under 110 on a consistent basis. I think the Kings will have enough offense to win these games. So you have that familiarity going your way with how much and how well Mike Brown knows this Warriors team. That's a huge, huge benefit for the Kings. I think something that they're going to rely on and take advantage of very well. But also, too, going their way are the Warriors' road woes. Look, it's been talked about a lot this year, right? 11-30 on the road. That is an ugly record. 11-30. The only 3 teams that were worse on the road than the Warriors are right out in the lottery and have a ton of ping pong balls bouncing their way. They were some of the worst teams in the league. And for me, I am going to look at that record as a large sample size. 41 games is enough to know what a team is. Now, I get it. It's the Warriors. I get it. They have championship experience. This year, they cannot play well on the road. Is that going to automatically change now that the calendar has flipped from the regular season to the postseason? I don't think so. I don't think it's that easy as, okay, it's playoff time, guys. Now we're actually going to start trying on the road. Now we're going to start winning games on the road. I think it's a lot more complicated than that. I don't think it's that easy to just magically turn it around and play at a very high level on the road when you've been unable to do so at any point this year. And they lost the Warriors to some bad teams. Bad teams. So they found multiple ways to lose all the time. I don't think it's as easy as, all right, 1, 2, 3, playoffs are here. Let's turn it on, guys. I think those road woes are going to hurt the Warriors, especially when you talk about them being a 6 seed, having now to play 4 road games possibly. That is also right now in the benefit of the Sacramento Kings. So when you look at what the Kings got going for them, I don't really understand what Vegas is looking at. They have Golden State as a massive favorite. I just checked a few hours ago. DraftKings has the Warriors as minus 275 to win the series. That's the biggest margin, or that's the heaviest favorite as a 6 seed over a 3 seed since 1990. We're talking about 30 plus years of basketball. We've never seen a 3 seed be this big of an underdog before in a series. Vegas is giving the Kings no respect. No respect. And I love it. You know why? Because this removes pressure off the Kings. I think they had pressure going to the playoffs. I know this year was unexpected. I know having, just making the playoffs and ending what was the current longest drought in sports, postseason drought in sports is a major accomplishment in and of itself. But now when you are the 3 seed, I think that changes expectations to where now if you are a fan of the Kings, it's not just, oh, great, we made the playoffs, this is all gravy. It's, oh no, now we're the number 3 seed. Let's win a series. Let's see how far we can go. So I think there would have been pressure if it was the Clippers. If it was the Suns. If it was the Lakers. If it even was the Timberwolves. But now that it's the Warriors, and now that everyone is giving the Kings no chance to win, I love it. Takes the pressure off the Kings, allows them to play loose. So they're feeling loose. They got Mike Brown, who knows that Warriors team extremely well. I think we'll have a good defensive game plan ready to go. And you have the Warriors right now who this year cannot win on the road. That, to me, is a recipe for upset. The Kings are taking down the Warriors in 6 games. Lock it up. 6 games, Kings over the Warriors. And the only reason why we're calling it an upset, because it's a 3 moving on, beating a 6, is because Vegas is telling you this is going Golden State's way, and they are sorely mistaken. They are sorely, sorely, sorely mistaken. Warriors going down. Big first round upset is going to be Kings advancing to round number 2.